Was it Black History Month, Manny? What is this?
I mean, these are the biggest talking points of NXT.
It is. It's the big talking point of AEW too. But I'm just saying, just black people staring at gold belts and a white man standing next to him. I'm glad QT is edited out.
Yeah, I couldn't have QT on a thumbnail. The only one that we're allowing is when we ranted at QT Marshall.
Yes. And can I also say that Hobbs, if I was a movie director or casting or whatever, Hobbs would be every goon in every movie I've ever cast in my life. He just looks like the perfect goon.
He does look like
What
a
do you mean, boss?
No, he looks like Rocksteady. He looks like Rocksteady. He looks like he could be a good Rocksteady.
Wasn't John Cena cast as Bebop or Rocksteady in the new Ninja Turtles movie? Yeah, the new Ninja Turtles that like has an all-star cast and it's coming out has John Cena as either Bebop or Rocksteady. It's an upgrade from Sheamus, I'm assuming.
And then I could have also gone with Gargano's back.
Oh no! He should just stay there and be the locker room leader.
He's not getting a reaction on the main event scene.
No, he's not doing anything on the main roster. In fact, I think Grayson Waller is more over than Johnny Gargano.
Yeah.
On the main roster. Not even just on NXT. I mean on the main roster. I think if music would hit for Grayson Waller, it would be instantly a reaction before Gargano, or small reaction higher than Gargano. Not like.
But we've got a jam-packed show for you, so we'll be back right after this.
I'm Shotzi Blackheart, the ballsy badass, and you are watching the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Remember to like the video and subscribe.
Hey! Oh! Check out the Marcus and Manny show.
I hate you both right now. You guys are ridiculous.
Welcome everyone to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I'm Lord Manny Hayes. He is
Marcus, the grand finale, and I want to start off, and I know this wasn't in the comments earlier, but it's for old time's sakes. I'm going to just say, pop, pop! El Luchador is in the building because his comment right off the jump made me laugh.
I watched you in the tiny screens. I saw you laughing, and then I was laughing at the same time because I read the comment too.
So when I read the comment, I laughed. Yeah, I laughed right away, and then I saw you laugh, and I was like, "He read the comment." Yes. It's probably the exact same mindset. But for the audio listeners, because we don't ever cater to them at all, El Luchador types the worst way to close and open a show is with Jeff Jarrett and QT Marshall. It's an automatic F for me. As you see, I'm great at mid-card match. Automatic F when that's the way it's opening.
How are you doing today, Marcus?
I'm good. You know what? Ready to go. Really angry with.
Really?
I told Eric last. Yeah. I'm more angry with myself than anything. You know how you plan stuff and in your head everything seems like it's gonna make sense and be okay, but then in actuality you forget there's other variables out there. Like the whole world doesn't revolve around you. Like my absolute plan was to do laundry this morning before starting the show. And then if somebody else in the building had the same idea to do laundry at 6 or 5:30 in the morning because they got up before me to do laundry. And now I'm upset that I can't do laundry today and I have to postpone it another day. And then they shut the water off in the whole fucking building. Didn't know that was going to happen. I don't even know what projected this automatically.
It was the comments about Jeff Jarrett and QT Marshall, which was prompted by a luchador, not us. So, I went to a wrestling show last night, Pro Wrestling Eve. I was fed brownies by Nina Samuels.
Hey.
Good show. Actually, really good show. I did say I had something for you. Something happened during one of those matches. I can't remember who Millie McKenzie was going off against, but they said she was called the Mother of Chaos, which I thought incredible.
Yes. Yes.
So
for everything that's going on in my life, I now have someone to blame. It's the Mother of Chaos.
So I told you the thing I saw reminded me of our favorite match.
Mm-hmm.
And you could not relay what this match was.
Yeah, I named several matches, and I was like,
yeah, and you didn't
B-Fab
think to go to Ted DiBiase versus Bret Hart.
Ah!
And now,
How did that not pop in my head?
For the audio listeners, you're going to go completely out of mind because there's just going to be weird sounds happening. So I suggest that you go check out the video.
Now, Manny, I want to say, what was the guy yelling?
Casey.
Okay.
Come
Is that
on,
what he was
Casey.
yelling? Come
Yeah.
on, Casey. Okay, I thought he was saying, come on, I say. Come on, I say. And I was like, what are we talking about? That was a legit parody of Ted DiBiase.
So immediately I was like, I didn't record this footage. My friend next to me was recording it, and I was like, I know what's happened in this video. You need to send me that because I need to send it to I need to show Marcus.
I love me some indie wrestling. That was as indie as it gets. The silence. It sounded like a real fight and people struggling for their life in an empty room, Manny. It sounded like it because all you hear is and then someone's like, "Come on, I say." I can't say.
The most interesting thing was, so my friend Nathan, he's black, but then he decided to say, when we arrived, he was like, "I'm just glad I found another one," and I was like, "What are you talking about?" And then he was like, "You know what I'm talking about." I was like, "Oh yeah, okay."
Yep.
The other one he was referring to when I walked in was wearing football pads. He had weird goggles on. He had a cape. And he had Huh? No, and he had the WWF Winged Eagle title.
Oh, respect.
But then more people came in, and he's like, "Manny, I'm quite impressed. There are quite a few black people here, women too, women here. There's loads of women here. It's this is weird because I was expecting just a load of men."
Yeah, especially the full sausage party going on with sweaty men in their underwear watching other sweaty men in their underwear.
Yeah.
And then my main question, Manny, how was the smell?
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. It smelled clean. I felt fresh.
That's my other question. Whenever I walk into a smaller show or any wrestling show, it's more like, how many black people are here? Probably none. What does it smell like? The race and the smell has nothing to do with just wrestling fans think.
Levi, she wrestled in a tag match, and I was caught. I wasn't completely caught in it, but I was caught in her beer splash zone.
No.
She comes to the ring drinking like the Sandman.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a really fun show. I'm probably gonna go back to that.
Oh boy, the regret show. I used to watch Tyler Black on the Indies. I'm sure they did.
But are you ready to get into AEW
I don't say no, Manny. No.
Yeah, me neither. I didn't enjoy it.
I honestly wouldn't want to go pass on the AEW review. But it is the more popular show, so we will start with it. But I will literally go pass. Let's talk about NXT. But let's do Dynamite. Let's get this shit out the way, because that's what you did, Tony. That's what you did, you son of a bitch. You no good son of a bitch. You rotten no good piece of shit. How could you put this on TV? How could you put AEW Dark Elevation Dynamite on TV? Ah!
So we start off with the Mid-Atlantic title. By Orange Cassidy versus Jay Lethal, which this title also gets a name change later on in the night to the international title.
I would like to say credit to us for calling it the Mid-Atlantic title. Where
You
Tony
did
goes,
not call it the Mid-Atlantic title. You were very much in defense that it is the All-Atlantic title. Despite me and Jamal constantly calling it the Mid-Atlantic title.
yeah. When you guys start calling it the mid title, I appreciate it. It's the mid title. And I think that prompted old googly eyes out there to say maybe we should change the name.
This match actually wasn't that bad.
No, this is the highlight of the show.
Yeah, you can't complain about a Jay Lethal match. A quick orange punch, and then Orange Cassidy retains the title. And then Jeff Jarrett decides to strike.
What? I like the finish. I like Jay Lethal's arm giving out right before he did lethal injection. That was nice. And then he gets beat with the Superman punch. It was a nice setup. I enjoyed the match. Guitar on the leg, though, Manny. How do you feel about that? Guitar shot to the leg.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily work, does it? Because when you smash it on someone's head, that's the main appeal of the guitar shot. Smashing it on his leg, I mean, it doesn't do as much damage as it does to the head.
Yeah, it seemed like it would hurt. We've all carried a guitar, but we know Jeff Jarrett's guitar as stand as a model from New York or something. I don't know why that, but they're very thin, and it seemed like it would hurt. But the imagery of the head is always preferred. But I did laugh when I was like, "Hey, smack the leg." And I like how Luchador said your show beginning with Jeff Jarrett and ending with QT Marshall and all that. Jeff Jarrett still a highlight for me on the show. I enjoyed that segment. I enjoyed this segment up into even the guitar to the leg and all that. It was fine. I was fine. I was like, this isn't the way I would start my show, but it was fine. Nothing I wouldn't complain about.
Then Ricky Starks comes out for a chat. He starts talking about everything he's done recently, but he isn't sure what's next for him. And then we get Bullet Club.
Yes. So, Manny, what were your expectations when you saw Bullet Club logo? Because I'll tell you what I went through.
I thought Jay White instantly.
Yep.
And then I get Juice? Some big part character, Juice?
You can offer me juice? You can offer me some juice. Juice? Juice. And it's nothing against juice. I don't hate Rock Hard Juice.
Marcus, I love some apple juice.
Your expectations get kind of high seeing the Bullet Club logo, considering on ETE yesterday we talked about how Bullet Club's on top and all the wrestlers from Bullet Club, and you're associated with all this. And there was kind of a void in leadership in Bullet Club, so when Ricky starts like, "It's where I'm going," and that's how his promo ended, "Is where I'm going," and then you see the Bullet Club logo, it basically like he was going to Japan to take over Bullet Club. If not, Jay White was coming here, or there was other members of Bullet Club, maybe David Finlay would just like do a crossover, or they're setting up something for Forbidden Door. And then Juice comes out, you just go, "It's just Juice? It's just Juice?" Yeah. Like, I would be upset if I'm at, like, a party and they're passing around drinks or whatnot, and you think it's wine, and you go, like, "What is this? Is it juice?" Yeah.
Do you know what this is? This is basically when Tony Khan said there was going to be a big announcement like 2 weeks ago, and then it's all access. This is what it was.
Yeah, in microwave fashion too. Because, you know, Ricky came out and you're thinking, okay, Ricky Starks just beat Jericho at Revolution. He's beaten him twice or whatever, and he's kind of have a role, and maybe they may push him. And that's how the segment kind of starts with what's he going to do next. I'm like, oh, he's going to AEW title or something, or, you know, he's going to do something. And then Bullet Club logo comes up, and you're like, oh, they got big plans for Ricky. And then Juice Robinson comes out with the attack, and I go, well, all momentum for Ricky Starks have suddenly crashed into a wall like this.
Yeah.
That was when I was like, fuck this show. Because right after that, Excalibur ran down the card, and I went, yeah. It was on the show. We're not hearing from MJF or nothing? No? Oh, nothing.
So we get Renee talking to Ruby Soho. Soho has immediately said she joined those two because every time the fans turn on her, when she defeats, say, AEW Homegrown. So fuck them, is basically what she said.
Yeah. You know, she basically say, I made up her mind after the match when they cheered for Jamie Hayter to win again. And I was like, you know what? She pushed me over the edge. Justified. Everything she did justified. She did get a shut the fuck up chant, which I also was jumping in because I feel like as quick and concise as you said this, Manny, I feel like she went on and on and on and on and on. And I was like, she really had like 3 sentences of what she needed to say. But it went on and on and on and on.
And then Sky Blue came out like all raging because apparently Ruby Soho upset her with her words. Shut up, Sky Blue. Just lie down and get pinned.
Yeah, shut up. Shut up. Do what you do best, and that's lie down. Ruby Soho beats Water is Wet.
Ruby Soho defeated her clean. Nothing.
It went on too long. Yeah.
It didn't go on. No. It didn't go on too long. It's the fact that you could have had interference or anything. Nothing. She got beaten clean.
She told Soraya and Tony to hang out in the back.
And then when just as they're about to spray her, Willow comes out for the save. And then what does that happen? She gets sprayed herself. Fool.
Yeah. Well, Willow Nightingale falls under the trap of stupid babyface tonight that follows along into the Hangman Page category as well, in which she decides to come to the ring, make a save, turn her back, and start asking, what are you doing, Ruby? What are you doing? And she gets her ass beat. At this point, she decided to get her ass beat. But, it deserved it. I just wanted to separate the Ring of Honor people from the AEW people because Willow's doing both, I'm assuming, but I'm not putting her in a situation where she's going to get her ass beat when she has the Ring of Honor title match coming up. It just makes that title's even lower. Like, sprinkle some moon down.
Who's the Ring of Honor?
Oh, you don't remember, huh? Oh, you don't remember. Yeah, championship test. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. It's probably the second or third most hated wrestler on the channel, apparently.
Wait,
by you and Eric. Huh?
Who's the first?
I don't know. She might be the first. Athena. I don't know. She might be number 1. I think you guys hate her most.
Defended her, though.
We mean defending it, man. She probably on Rampage or Dark or something doing it. But I'm assuming the last time we seen that title, other than on Honor Club, the weekly TV show when she came out, was probably the Final Battle. Final Battle was the last show.
What happens next? Hangman Page says what happened to John Moxley is a
I don't
warning to
appreciate
everyone
this
else.
comment at all. I don't appreciate this comment at all. But I agree.
I don't understand what that means.
All right. They're both boring as fuck. There's nothing to do. The main thing you need to know about Sacramento, the one thing they like is their Kangs. And they can make some noise when stuff is happening. They were not making noise on this episode. Like, it's so boring that I would think that if an AEW show came into town, everybody, their mama and their auntie would have went to the show together. As in, there is nothing else to do in Sacramento.
Hangman Page says what happened to John Moxley is a warning to everyone else. Don't try him or he'll take you to hell.
Wait, who is this? I don't remember this at all.
Hangman Page.
Oh,
He says it isn't personal
Yeah.
what he did to John to Renee, and he is sorry for what she had to see, but it's over with Mox.
can I tell you what rule that undercut this entire promo? John Moxley just existing on this show, just walking out.
Like
You were hugged. Yeah, you were hugged 2 days ago and tapped out. And then this week you come out and you're just like, I'm John Moxley. I'm doing the same interest. Not taped up or nothing.
I mean,
Didn't seem worse for the wear.
I mean, John Moxley at 40% could probably take on the Dark Order. MJF is ready to be back next week, and it's going to be his birthday, and he was going to celebrate his another bar mitzvah, is what he said.
He said second bar mitzvah. I guess. Go for it.
FTR come out with Tony Schiavone. FTR talk about how they have had some troubles lately where they've lost everything, including a great friend. But they can't let the Guns come out here and say they're the best tag team in the world. Which, you know what, Marcus, we have claim to those titles if they're claiming they're the best tag team in the world.
Yeah. Manny, I would like to state this. We're the only undefeated tag team on YouTube.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who's going to challenge us?
Yeah. Who's gonna beat us? We're undefeated. Undefeated. We're the tag team champions of the world of YouTube. Manny, you could be the ass man.
You know for a fact on the Elimination Chamber watch along, you're the ass man. And I'm better than Bret Hart. I believe I'm better than Bret Hart, so I should be the road dog.
Yeah, so you're the road dog. Jamal said, let's get the trios titles. I don't know how... we can do Freebird rules at this point with our tag titles because our trios is going to be... It's either Saturday show with Eric, where we're the trios champion, or it could be any Raw's Retro with Ross, Manny, myself, or Ross, Manny, myself, and Jamal.
I feel like I'm a side character on ETE.
You're the manager. You're the Paul Ellering of ETE.
Like, I jump in every now and then.
Yeah. You're the Solo Sequoia of the ETE when you just run into the matches.
Just a murderer.
Hey, what's your gimmick, murderer? Oh.
Gun for hire. Solo!
I would love to do a tag team debate with El Luchador and Levi one day on this show. Now, I feel like that'd be great.
Do you know what? I actually think that would be quite good because I feel like they operate on different spectrums of the AEW fan base.
Yeah. I feel like there's shit that both of them don't tolerate, but it's different shit that they don't tolerate.
No, I think Levi likes most of AEW. I think with El Luchador, I think it's Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett is his killing point. His breaking point.
He's gonna die on that hill.
And FTR say they're coming for the titles for the fans, the Briscoes, and themselves. They have to win the belts back. Jay Cargill doesn't know what a challenge is. They'll be in Canada next week, so send one of those wacky Canadians to take it down. Is what she said.
Where has she been? When she popped up on the screen, I went, "Holy shit! I haven't seen Jay in a minute."
Well, who's Canadian in AEW?
Is it what you call her? The alien? What's her name? Statlander. Isn't she Canadian?
I don't know.
I think she's Canadian.
Then, if Statlander wins, that might be the first time that TBS title and the AEW women's title may be together because they seem to keep those titles apart, and that title might become part of that storyline of originals versus everyone else.
Yeah. Jesus.
We get the Jericho Appreciation Society versus AR Fox on Top Flight. Man, I don't care about them. I really don't care.
I know it has nothing to do with that comment.
Do you know when you put that comment up? Jericho Appreciation Society. I don't care.
Yeah.
I really don't care.
And can I also chime in? The main thing that chopped into me was, goddamn, if there was anybody that needed to cut people out their life, Dante Martin needs to cut his brother and AR Fox out of his life. A full kayfabe. His career has gone nowhere since his brother and they came back. It's just been down here. They showed me as a trios record. They're 1-2 too. It's like, what is the point?
Bad. Like no one wants to. I come here to watch Dante. I don't need Darius. Darius is Bart Gunn.
And Dante reminds me of Blake Griffin when he was playing for the Pistons and Uninspired. That's like just existing out there. Not old, talented. There's still talent there, but I'm not gonna do it. There's no point. We're not winning tonight.
Post match, the JAS say they're the number one contenders for the trios title. The lights go out. We think it's the House of Black. No, it's the Elite. They say not so fast. Don Callis talks about how they're in Winnipeg next week. And
Manny, can you pause it right here?
Yeah, go on.
Can you pause it right here? I know I'm interrupting the segment and momentum of the show. This was a strike for me. And a strike for Eric as well.
Was too much of the lights going out?
No. It wasn't even the lights. It's not the lights. Eric likes the House of Black. Well, Eric gave me his ranking of the House of Black. I may go into that later, or may let you give you that ranking on Saturday. Tune in for Saturday to find out Eric's ranking of the House of Black and who he cares about the most in that group. But anyway, y'all the side story on that. He says, this is a strike. Right away, and I 100% agree with him. Kenny and the Bucks has microphone, get ready to talk. Don Callis cut him off.
Don Callis takes it away.
Yeah, and he goes, I have not heard from these people since probably before Brawl Out. They have not talked, and he was like, I really want to hear what Kenny had to say. Because it's been so long since Kenny has said anything. Like, they haven't said shit, and it didn't even dawn on me. And I was like, fuck, they've gone months without, they just been doing matches. They haven't had segments. I haven't seen them yell at Brandon Cutler in the back. There's been nothing. They have said nothing. They've kept their fucking mouth shut. For no reason.
I wasn't even thinking about that.
And when Don Callis took the mic, I was like, you know what? That did hurt, kind of. I actually wanted to hear from these guys.
Well, Don Callis talks about how they're in Winnipeg next week, and Jericho is only the second best wrestler from that city. Callis said, and if I had a couple of months to train, you would be the third. Jericho wants to fight, but the lights go out. And again, here is the House of Black to say we're in for the triple trios match for the titles. And the segment ends.
Yeah. So, next week in Winnipeg, 9 wrestlers will compete in Utter Chaos. Manny, I know how much you hate chaos, and that you're the main person I was concerned for when this match is going to happen. 9 people in a trios triple threat match. A tongue twister of tongue twisters.
Because at one point, all 9 people are going to be in that ring.
Yeah. You know they're going to get a fight forever. This is awesome, Chance. It's going to probably be a fun match.
And then something stupid is going to happen on the outside where like 7 of them are going to be attempting to catch someone. And
do they give Jericho that title?
No. Do you know what? I can't have this. I can't have like later in the night where Wardlow loses the title. I can't have this. Why would it be short reigns? Like couldn't they have just held the title on Joe? Have Powerhouse kind of hurt Wardlow and cost him the match, and then have a feud about it where Powerhouse wins the title from Joe, and then these two have a feud. It just didn't make sense. It's just like they're just a belt dumping.
Yeah, I know we're jumping ahead. I get to that belt dumping and rant on QT again later in the show. We can put at least as a short if you want, Manny. Another rant. But side note, I know the House of Black lights don't work. It's similar to when Bray Wyatt does his thing too. The lights are never fully off. You can't shut everything off. You see people walking around when you're there. I know. I never bring it up on the show because it's one of those things where it's like, I understand it works better on TV. But it's like, I'm not going to nitpick it on it. I understand. It's not the same. Because they literally black out your screen on TV. So you don't see anything. But on this thing, it's kind of dark. And you just like see a light. And they're just walking around. And it's like, oh, this isn't cool.
Levi says Manny hates dives but loves spears and Superman punches. But Levi, you also hate common sense. So there we go.
Man fights with pants and pockets. Throws Superman punch as well. Multiple ones.
A broken Bryan Danielson talks about how he fought everywhere to get here, and then he woke up in a label lock at Revolution and couldn't feel his arms or his legs. His body's gave up on him, and it's time for him to go home.
Go home, Brian. Go home. I want the Diddy. What is that? Total Bellas?
Ring of Honor.
Oh, is it?
That's what I'm assuming. He made his name in Ring of Honor.
No, his home is just he's taking time off. I hope
he does need to rest.
I mean, he's been doing work for the past 9 straight weeks of this MJF feud, and up until the Iron Man match, he's had a good run. Come on, Levi. Everybody does a spear. Everybody does a spear now.
Blackpool Combat Club versus the Dark Order. This didn't need to happen.
Immediately, again, like I said earlier, Mox walking out to the ring. Just he was in a death match. He should be dead. He should be dead. One of you had to go. That's what the point of a death match is. At least sell it. Like Hangman was selling his give me leg later.
So wait,
this segment.
Would your final straw be if Christian Cage appeared on the show?
Unburied? Yeah. I'm gonna walk it out. Christian Cage was buried this week, all right? I just think at certain matches, you should just only show up in the back and do interviews or something. Like, he should have been the one like Bryan Danielson. I'm going home. I went through hell.
And I'm not coming back.
Yeah. Fuck you people. A man hugged me. Bob Wyatt was anywhere. We were in a Texas death match. We weren't even in fucking Texas. We're not even from Texas. I'm from Cincinnati. He's from fucking Virginia. We have no reason in this reason in Texas death match in San Francisco. No reason. And I almost died doing that? No, I'm taking this week off. I don't need to whoop the Dark Order's ass this week.
The match was okay. I mean, post-match, Blackpool Combat Club beats down the Dark Order again. And then Evil Uno comes to the ring to attempt to save, but gets beaten as well.
Yeah, but Hangman said he told Nene in the back, who Hobbs called Nene. Man, I'm going to just always call her Nene now. He told Nene in the back, we're done. Me and Mox are done. And we are not done. After this match, Mox decides to continue choking. Evil Uno shows up with shirt off again, which I wish somebody would tell his fat ass to do something. He looks like what's the hippo from Mike Tyson Punch Out? Whatever.
And then we get Wardlow versus Powerhouse Hobbs. This starts off as a Falls Count Anywhere match, so it starts off in the parking lot because Wardlow had the TNT title stolen and all of his gear, which I thought was a work, but apparently it's real.
Yeah, that was real. And so they destroy car, continue to hit each other with objects that don't hurt, like crates, and I think there was a water bottle attack. And there was a lot of weird attacks, and I was like, was there nothing back there that looks like it mildly hurts? Like, the things that hurt was falling on the windshield and the power bomb at the bottom of the ramp. Those
Did you see when he picked up that barrel and tried to throw it at him? I was like, if that hit him, he would have died.
That was a keg. He threw the keg at him. And I was like, oh, that's cool.
And then QT Marshall helps him. And I was like, why? Why?
Yeah. And immediately you skip the part where he helps him, and then a powerbomb off the stage into a cushion pad. Where Excalibur goes, oh my god, he may have broke his back. I was like, no, he didn't. Making the best sleep of his life on that thing. Oh, So, and then I immediately go, Hobbs didn't deserve this. And I'm not talking about like, oh, he cheated to win the title. I'm talking about he didn't deserve to win his first title this shitty of a way. Like with QT's help, Hobbs he's a force to be reckoned with. He's a monster. He didn't need QT's help to beat Wardlow. If you were going to do it,
like when you look back at this as Hobbs' first title, because I think he's something special for AEW. You're gonna look back at the pictures, and all you're gonna see is QT Marshall in all these pictures.
Yeah. Levi chimes in, and he's referencing Jim Cornette. So for anybody triggered by that,
look away now.
I'm shocked Levi listens to Jim Cornette, even though that's the most anti-AEW fucking channel in the history of anti-AEW channels. You think we're bad, Manny? You call it Jim Cornette's feed. It's just nothing. Fuck them and fuck that. It's like that. But it's also the same when he talks about WWE as well. They're boring piece of shit. So he said he should take some time off. Cornette makes a great point about MJF and Danielson. That feud should have started at Revolution, and I really want to see more matches. I agree with how we always end. And there's always just one match and no rematches.
No,
Send me up with storylines. They go and blow off right away.
It depends on the feud, because like if you look at Hangman and Moxley, that's done a few matches. So like it feels like it's solid, but like it should have that technically should have ended at Revolution. You shouldn't be having this extra angle on Dynamite because like realistically you had a death match. Why are you continuing? That should be the end of your story.
And they did this last year with Blood and Guts with the Blackpool Combat Club and
they've done
Jericho.
that many times.
When it's like Blood and Guts, we did it, but then we have another match after. Like, why?
Yeah, it's like, what's the point? It like they jumped the gun too much. I think that Tony doesn't plan too far ahead for people to go, do you know what? We probably shouldn't do that. or he's surrounded by yes people, because like that's clearly a bad idea. Like I feel like that should be the breaking point. I think you're going to get another match between Danielson and MJF further down the line. Maybe you tell the story, continue the story of MJF saying he's the best in the world numerous times, or whoever he faces the next over and over.
CM Punk.
And then Danielson comes back rejuvenated and takes the title off him.
He's not taking the title off MJF.
He has to.
He's not.
He has to. Who else is there? The only person that you could realistically say now in that top caliber of wrestlers that could take that title off him is probably Kenny. But Kenny's stuck in this trios nonsense.
Yeah, and maybe that ends next week, and maybe Kenny's free. Because if you call yourself the best in the world, you got to go through Kenny and, of course, CM Punk, because that's their catchphrase. And Shane McMahon.
Because what's his name? What's his name is trying to recruit Tageshka, Don Callis.
Yeah.
So maybe Don Callis is trying to replace Kenny, and then maybe we get Kenny on his New Japan shit in AEW, which would always be better.
Yeah.
I agree, Manny, that Elimination Chamber match with Sami Roman is essentially dead due to bad booking. I don't think it's bad booking. It's just bad time of the year. WWE could have hotshot the title that night, and you have a year-long feud between the two. No, because what you need to remember is the Royal Rumble winner. So you have to factor in the Royal Rumble winner. The Sami thing, they didn't even think was gonna happen.
Yeah. I'm not hot-shotting the title off Roman and ruining a lengthy title reign just to give it back to him for WrestleMania and all. It's no point for all that. I think we're
it's not
at the
terrible
right
booking. I don't think the fans need to be rewarded for everything. Like they cheer Sami, that doesn't mean you need to put the title on him.
Yeah. Take your time. Like, I think they're being rewarded with the Jey Uso and the Jimmy stuff. Like, that turn. And, like, the ascension of the Bloodline is actually happening. The Bloodline should be done after WrestleMania, basically. And it's moving to the next chapter. Like, that's where we're ending. That's the bookend to this. Is that the Bloodline's destroyed. Because they're falling apart. They've reached if this was a rom-com, and I don't know why I decided to go rom-com in movies. They hooked up.
You know, I didn't even hear
everything's
what
great.
you said.
Yeah.
I thought you said Rob Conway.
In the rom-com booking 101, they hook up, everything's great, there's jokes, everything's having fun, they meet the past still jokes, and then at one point they break up, only to end up back together. Or, and so they broke up, and then you get your happy ending somehow in there. And that's where the bloodline's at. We're currently in the dissension, the fall, or if it's a biography story, we're in the drug phase, where everything falls apart. For Roman.
Levi says Sammy should have been brought into the main event of Mania. You all know this.
No. I don't want Brian Daniels.
If you've actually listened to fan reaction recently, it's died down. It's not as hot for Sammy as it was, which is what WWE was trying to test. I read a report. They said that they don't believe Sammy will stay hot enough till WrestleMania.
Well, they planned it this way. They wanted to go the Cody route anyway. The whole plan was Cody.
Yeah, but you had to. Cody's the bigger name.
Yeah, it's a mix. It's all of it. It's all of it. It's all together. It's the one thing that you should not argue with WWE right now. It's not who's the biggest draw. It's a team effort right now on who's drawing.
So it is a team
with
effort.
Sammy, Roman, Bloodline, Cody, all that at the main event at the top right now is the team effort that is making people go, I need to tune in to see what's going to happen next with this storyline. It's all one story.
So I think I remember listening to a Tyler Breeze interview, and I think Dolph Ziggler also said the same something similar. When you look at the back, you know who the guys are. You know who they are. Mm. You may be a bit about character by being a potential character or a champion, but you're not the face of the company. You look at someone like Roman, you go face of the company. When he does the Tonight Show, the guy's a big deal. The only other person, you can't put Sami Zayn on the Tonight Show to represent your company.
I might.
Can you?
I
might. It won't be as good. Someone like Cody, you can. It's like Cody is that next evolution of Cena, where it's like Cody has made his name outside of WWE. And he's kind of a big deal. He dresses like a champion. When you look at him, you go, this guy's important.
Levi, Monday Night Raw and SmackDown last week was both sellouts. Cody goes, overall the previous week, I'm going to show up to Friday Night SmackDown this week. Also on that Friday Night SmackDown, they sold out. And then this week, you credit probably to John Cena. But it's also
if you want to go that route, I think SmackDown outdrew Revolution.
Yeah. No big show. Just, they have 15,000.
Revolution had, 10,000 tickets? I think it did about close to 9,000.
8 or 9, somewhere around
9,000. But, like, the ones that didn't sell were, like, probably the top bowl.
Yeah.
Which you wouldn't see on the hard camera. And
average at basic SmackDown. Apparently they 15,000 in the sellout. Yeah. But that might be a Michael Cole number. But which is kind of made up, so they probably did 12. But they did a sellout show with nothing really that spectacular advertised. They were mostly at the John Cena thing was the next week, and it's basically built off of Roman Reigns demands Jey Uso, comes back.
Let's get into NXT. Let's not let Levi derail the show with his nonsense comments. I nearly just choked.
Yeah, but Dynamite was a horrible show with horrible people on it. And we didn't even talk about the worst thing of the title change of Tony Khan. Manny, I am about to do a rendition of Tony Khan announcing that there will be no longer a Mid-Atlantic title.
Oh, wait. Let me put the graphic up and then you can talk. Go on.
If only we could just take out his lips and put my lips over his lips. My big black lips can be over his. But this photo is 100% accurate. Let me go. Here we go. End scene. Ladies and gentlemen, hi, I am Tony Khan, AEW owner, president, and lead booker. And I am excited to announce that we are going to level up the level up of level up. Shazam! Shazam! Fury of the Gods coming out. But we're going to level up the Mid-Atlantic title by leveling up the Fury of the Gods. Sami Zayn. And Shazam coming out with this title. And here we go. And we're going to change it to the international title, which means the same thing as World. And this is the charismatic, and I can't wait to level up with this impromptu open challenge that Orange Cassidy plans on giving out that's only going to Jeff Jarrett.
So,
it was so ridiculous.
I'm going to allow the international title because we have the intercontinental
Yeah,
title, which is basically
fine.
the same thing.
Same shit. But my whole thing was I felt like he was reading a teleprompter, but couldn't read and read it like 8 times. He felt like he said the same thing over and over. And again, I'm begging you, Tony. I'm begging you. No more QT Marshall on your show. No more Jeff Jarrett dominating whatever he's doing.
Well,
it's a bad look.
I'm actually literally going to die if Jeff Jarrett wins that title.
Oh, he's winning. And strike number 3, Tony Khan, you could never, ever be on TV again. Because how was this? This was the worst. This is the worst he's been. Cause I feel like it was video. I feel like this was the best take they got. How can you be this bad?
All right, let's get into NXT. It starts off with the jailhouse street fight. And Marcus, as dumb as this Tony D'Angelo Dijak concept was of this match, it wasn't that bad.
It's a stupid ass match, Reddy. It's a stupid match.
The concept was stupid, but the match, what we got, was better than what I expected.
Yeah. I will never get over the fact that Stacks, when they're like, I can't let you go in with me. I can't let you go in with me. And I'm going like, you'll be let out as soon as the bell rings. Like, it's a shark. You're not in a real jail. Like, if this was a cinematic match in which they shot it and then, they ended up in a jail cell, maybe. But it was a little shark cage. And they were arguing, oh, what happened if you go in there? Oh, no. Don't go. No, we're family. I can't let you die.
How about
it was so
springboard
stupid.
elbow drop through the table?
Oh, it was smooth. It was smooth. Now, Manny, when I asked you how about that dive, better dive through table, Wardlow's senton, or Dijak's elbow.
You're not going to put MJF's
No.
elbow. What? That was a nice one at Revolution.
It was a nice one, but it didn't happen on the same week. Oh, it actually did, huh?
Technically, it did.
All right. You're right.
I say MJF's ones are way better than Shane McMahon's ones.
Oh, yeah. Because you know what? MJF was actually athletic and feel like he could actually go further, but had to, he has to measure it. Shane seems like he just falls down in a crashing fashion. So who you got? Who'd you pick? MJF, Wardlow, or
I feel like MJF's one's a little bit more difficult because it was that table was tucked away in the corner.
I'm going to go with Wardlow because you're flipping and you have no control over where you're going. Like, I feel like he's just like, I hope I land. As in the other ones can see, this elbow's going to land, motherfucker. Yeah.
What was it? So Tony D wins as the underboss sacrifices himself by diving into the cage doorway and gets it slammed into him, having a Irish abortion, I think is what it's called.
Whatever it happened. But again, outside interference in all shows seems to be regulated. QT Marshall was able to do whatever he wanted to Wardlow, and Stacks, who was not in this match, was able to do whatever he wanted to dominate. He just ruined the sanctity of the match. I don't know who I'm supposed to root for. It's a dumbass match, Manny, that I thought was entertaining, but dumb as fuck.
Yeah, it's the concept was so dumb. But
the concept, the match, everything about it was like, fine.
Brooks visits Kiana James at her office. Kiana hides who gave her the flowers. Later in the night, Fallon and Briggs apologize to each other, but Fallon and Brooks are more skeptical because Brooks didn't give her them flowers.
Manny, who gave her the flowers? again, Brooks and Jensen
honestly
should not be on
wanted to be
TV
Duke.
anyway.
I really wanted to be Duke.
Yeah. I want to help his Duke, but she knows Duke can't fuck. Come on, Manny. We know that. You know that? I would tell him if you know who gave me these? Duke. You don't have nothing to worry about. You know he can't fuck.
Actually, do you know who would actually be really good with her? Damon Kemp.
The pettiest man in all wrestling. I thought you were gonna go big body hobby, but no, you went Kemp.
Kemp. I think Kemp would be really good.
But moving on from them, I feel like we should not have to cover Brooks and Jensen on certain shows just because of the dumbity of this Nickelodeon sitcom type of show that is in the middle of my wrestling show.
So we get the Gallus boys come out. The Gallus boys. Where is the notes? Because I didn't write notes on this thing.
The Gallus boys said a bunch of stuff, and I don't know what half of them said. And I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry.
They call.
I don't understand anything one game says.
They call out Pretty Deadly, who pop up on the platform. Gallus want them down there face to face because they want to have a chin wag.
Pretty Deadly falls for the trick and goes, all right then.
They come to the ring. They fall for the other trick of pull the rope and they flip over the rope.
Yes. Challenge.
The beating doesn't take long. Pretty Deadly runs off. But Pretty Deadly run off. I hope they actually eventually have this match.
I'm sure it's going to be a stand and deliver. I'm sure.
Marcus, I think we've got a new favorite wrestler.
Ooh.
Lyra Valkyria isn't pleased with Stevie Turner. And we hate Stevie Turner.
Yeah, we don't like Stevie Turner around these parts. You're bad at what you do. You're a horrible podcaster who will get more views than us when we are on point every single day. We bring fire. And Stevie brings, okay, I'm Stevie. Let's chop it up on the Twitters. Let's chop it up. I feel like Stevie is going to become someone I absolutely love for no reason. And it's just going to be like, it's growing on me how terrible she is at this. This thing right here.
We get a new signing spot which we haven't seen in a while. Dragon Lee is in the arena.
What immediately Dragon Lee, what am I doing here? I could have been commander out there running the ropes.
I mean, I would be questioning that when I watched Indus.
What's your beef with Veer though?
Veer and Sangha are awful.
They're not that bad.
They are. They were there when Keith Lee won the NXT title, and
well, Veer moved on and came back. So was Gargano, Manny.
Yeah, but Gargano was good. Veer and Sangha have been there for like 3 years now. It feels. Have they improved? No. They are as basic as possible.
I refuse to accept this as facts. I refuse to accept this as fact.
The match wasn't good.
It was okay. It was alright. I didn't hate it. You got some dives.
Bad one.
You know, stuff happened. That cannonball move needs to stop. I don't care how he does it. It just never looks good to me.
mean, they've safened it up. Like, at least he's not diving to the outside doing it now.
Yeah, it's just bad for your knees. Oh. Yeah, the shirt made me dead. Ginger can't save this group.
The Grayson Waller effect. Shawn Michaels comes out as guest. What was it? He instantly says he would have freaked out if he was here at 12 years old. Waller brings up him being a Brett guy rather than a Shawn guy. She's like, oh, we're going on here. Everything Waller said after that, I kind of agreed with. How he hates NXT, he hates the fans here.
All the same people in the same clothes. I hate you people. I hate you. I'm bigger than this, Shawn. Shawn, get me out of here, Shawn.
And then he did something which hasn't really been mentioned on WWE TV outside of when they reported that he had a heart attack when he had a cardiac event.
Yeah, it made it canon.
Yeah, he said you only got your job because Triple H had a heart attack. And then Sean allowed that to happen. It was only till Waller took shots at NXT when Sean went,
That's it. You lost. And every single year, everybody wants to take a shot at me. And it's going to keep happening to the day I die. And you're just the next. I am not giving you a match. I went, fuck off, Sean, then. Your eye.
And then he said, this guy will face you. And out comes Johnny Gargano, which is canon. I feel like Johnny's last match in NXT was Grayson Waller.
No, it wasn't. He was attacked by Waller from behind.
Was he?
Yeah, he was just attacked with a chair.
No, I thought he took him out.
Yeah, it was his farewell speech. And Johnny was like, I'm leaving. I don't know what my future is. And then Waller takes him out. And then that was the end of Johnny for, about a year or so. Until he showed up on Raw.
That was never followed up on, so we can have that.
Yep. So it does make sense. I still want that match with Sean and Waller, though. Fuck that. And I want other matches, Sean. I want other matches. Of all the old guys out there who are having these matches, I want you to give me the match I want. I want you and AJ Styles. I want you and Waller. I want what I want, Sean. Give me what I want. I'm Batista.
Waller's promo on the NXT fans and product sounds like something Vince would say because it sums up the entire show. It's also a reason why most casual fans don't watch. Yeah.
And it's the minor leagues. I don't watch minor league baseball, and I don't watch college football, and I rarely watch XFL.
Braun Breaker comes out again. He sets up the calls up Mello, basically sets up the stand and deliver match between them two. Interesting, they brought up that says Braun says every time he would defend the title, the next show he's on and someone else's music hit, it would disappoint him that it wasn't him. And they've been keeping tabs on each other, watching each other's matches. They say HBK and Shawn and Triple H had a meeting with both of them and told them NXT was theirs for the taking, and Mello said they both delivered on that.
I want to be in that meeting where Triple H just goes, they're going to fire everybody. It's just going to be you and him. All right? If there was anybody to be made out of this place, if there was any juice left in that orange to squeeze, it's you two. That is it. That's the only thing we're keeping here. Everything must go. Vince is on a rampage. You're going to have to carry this shit.
Then we get GG versus JC Jane. This match was so
Yep. Right now, I'm saying it. I put my money behind JC. That's the star. The wrestlers.
I'm not putting my money on any of them. I think they're better together. I don't think that I worry for both of them.
Man, he got concerned, bro. Like, I got cold chills watching this match going like, oh, it could be a mass firing if both of them go.
But GG picks up the win with whatever that slam roll-up thing is.
Yeah, I didn't know that was the end. Was it a crucifix bump? I don't know. I was like, that's the end? Okay, all right, whatever. And then JC gets her heat back.
Yeah,
get your heat back.
Thea Hale is doing mindfulness with Tyler Bate going into Joe Casey versus Andre Chase. Thea Hale essentially just costs Andre Chase the match. And then Duke is fed up of losing.
We're in a school of losing. We're celebrating her first win like that means something. We're all losing. We're just losing. Duke's had enough of this shit.
He's out. And then we get Meiko Satomura versus Roxanne Perez. Earlier in the night, this is where I also have concerns for Roxanne because she's fucking a child. She's a fucking child. And her promo ability.
She's fucking a child, man. Those really changed.
Yeah.
Roxanne Perez fucking a child. I mean, she's a fucking child. Oh, okay.
Her promo ability, I don't like it. Questions like whether she can even be a heel.
Yep.
Like
she can never be a heel.
Her whole current character doesn't have any other dimension to it.
No, other than she's Booker's girl. I'm a prodigy. Blah blah blah. She's in that same vein as Braun Breaker of just, yeah, you know what I can do. You know what I can do. I don't really have anything else.
The final boss just kicked the shit out of Roxanne.
Yeah, it was a lot of kicking and beating. She beat her ass. Basically. And it was like, oh, I guess that's the route they go with. Roxanne survives the match, but dies at the end, which leaves Miko Satomura in tears. And I go, oh, there was part of me that questioned it, going like, oh, she okay?
I didn't question
Miko,
it.
It was Miko's reaction that made me go, oh shit, she really fucked up?
I didn't question it because I know who booked this match and I saw the glaring similarities.
Oh no! Oh! No way, Manny! There's no way it's the same! The Owen Hart insecurity kick.
Look at the way she fell. Same.
Nah, it's a difference. Nah, it's exactly the same. I got the same. The exact moment it happened, I was like, oh, they're doing the Owen Hart angle with the insecurity to the back of the head.
Which means she needs to be stripped of that title.
And lose her smile.
But
yeah, I 100% agree.
I actually enjoyed NXT more this week.
Yeah, it was a solid show.
It got personal because Grayson Waller wanted the championship to be the champion and be the guy.
Yeah, only the guy. And I love that Sean just brought up the simple thing that we were bringing up. But you lost. You could be the guy. You have all these opportunities, but you lose all the time.
But you know what funny thing about that was? He also referenced, I could be on a list after WrestleMania to be cut. I was like, oh yeah, that does happen.
That does happen every year. Every year. When you go like, who's getting cut? Oh, Waller's on that list.
I mean, there was bits and pieces. I mean, the opening of AEW was good, but I didn't enjoy the rest. I enjoyed the JR Street fight for some unknown reasons. And Mako versus Roxanne Perez was good. And then the Grayson Waller effect. Other than that, everything else was a bit meh. But NXT stepped up their game for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
it was a vast improvement for the last couple of weeks.
I'm going to give NXT the nod because I'm going to at least say, at least they tried. I feel like Dynamite didn't try this week. They was like, where are we? Sacramento? Give them nothing.
They got 2.5 months till Double or Nothing. And I don't think the show is going to come together for another 2 months.
Yeah, at the start of the show, I was like, oh yeah, Double or Nothing is coming up. I'm probably going to that again. At the end of the show,
but yeah, I mean that was probably the best we got.
Yeah, NXT wins, but so far Raw holds on top. Raw's the #1 show this week, but unless you count Revolution, which happened on Sunday, that'd be the #1 show this week.
That is the #1 show this week.
Yeah, it's not gonna be Revolution. SmackDown's not gonna beat it.
Yeah, but at least there's intrigue as to what's going to happen to Jimmy now on Friday.
Yeah. I love the internet story of that Jay whispered in Sami's ear before he attacked him. I have to do this to save Jimmy or something. But no, I don't believe that for a second. We gotta save Jimmy. No. But I can't wait for SmackDown just to see the dynamic. That's what it's all about. So it's going on pro wrestling. What's going to happen next? What's the next chapter? Also, Manny, I'm shocked you to bring this up in the news. Saray is out of WWE. The goddess of the sun is gone.
She may be gone, but where's the amulet?
I believe Stratton still has it, right? Did she slash that shit?
I don't think she did.
And Stratton transformed to an even worse person? That Emily gave me titties!
Oh, and she kicked off the NXT with the Tiffany Epiphanies.
Yeah, the Tiffany Epiphanies. I'm going to miss that damn dropkick, though, on the bottom rope.
The most
Well,
violent drop kick in professional wrestling.
I can't wait to see Mercedes Moné get that drop kick. Get that business, Mercedes.
I don't think it has that. I don't think there's much. I don't think it will hurt as much.
No, probably not.
Because Saray was a little bit heavier, so there was a little bit more weight coming behind that. Mercedes Moné is like having a pencil thrown at you.
No, I mean Mercedes Moné is going to get the kick from Saray.
Oh,
what are you talking about, Manny?
I thought you were going to give the move to Mercedes Moné, but then it'd be like
no. She's getting the move. She's taking it. She getting all those tire marks from her off of that. So
yeah,
that is in Saray's era. I was thinking about her the other day, or maybe the other week or 2 weeks ago, going like, where's she been?
I mean, it just didn't work out, did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the end of today's show. Oh, WWE want to try and legalize betting on matches.
I am now going to become a politician to say, can we not allow this?
I don't even know. That on DraftKings.
I don't know what we're doing on DraftKings. I don't do any of this. I refuse to put my money in wrestling.
I mean,
to be like, this is a predetermined sport. What am I doing? What am I doing? Like, if you at Revolution, I really think you took it out of it where you could gamble if MJF is going to use the Dynamite. Like, they know is there going to be interference or not in a match. And I'm going like, if you're aware of this in storyline, and Skylar's telling me this on the show that I can gamble on this. It's fine if you can do it on DraftKings and they don't mention it on the show.
If you were in WWE and you knew what was going to happen, I'd make so much money.
It'd be the scam of scams going on. But it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to bring up. Oh, he's gonna cheat using Dynamite down the ring. Shout out to Man United. Of course he did. Amazing time.
Yeah, after we got hammered 7-0 on the weekend to Liverpool.
Really?
Yes, destroyed.
Yeah. Well, y'all should be regulated. Y'all should be thrown out the league at that point.
I mean, it was a humbling. Oh, okay, this happened.
And I know this is a ridiculous question, Manny. Does England have a World Baseball Classic team? I doubt it.
No. If they do, they'll be terrible.
Yeah, I'm sure they're not in this. They're not in this. This is clearly an America, South America kind of deal here, and Cuba
and Japan.
Oh, and Japan too, and Korea.
I didn't know Korea played.
Yeah, they play hard.
Oh, dang.
The top guy still in AEW or what? What do you think after the promo?
I think they're still there. I think what came out about their contract isn't real. I think
about the long term.
I think they're long term. I honestly think they're the people that are gonna take the titles off the Guns, but I feel like they've got a good gig in AEW.
Yeah. Here's my thing about this: if they're gone, if they're not, why keep this secret?
Yeah.
Like who are we working here? What's the point of the work if there isn't work? Oh no, we just signed contracts with them, and our status is all that and it's up in the air. But who cares? Just gonna have the match.
To be fair though, I do still. I'm more. I know it's not going to happen, but I'd be more excited if the Elite came over to WWE. Like at some point, they got a question if their careers of like, do we want to be like Sting and end up going there when it's too late, or do we go when we're in our prime and see what it is? Like you could sign maybe a 1 or 2 year deal and then be gone. You know what I mean? Don't get locked into a long-term contract.
I can see their logic behind like, hey, let's not stay here. Tony's out of control or something. Like, he's making a lot of weird decisions. Because Elite has been really fucking quiet. This is weird. Quiet.
Well, the only thing I've actually heard anything about it from one of them was Kenny's interview with Renee, where he didn't really say much other than like it was a big misunderstanding.
Yeah, with Brawl Out, you talk about. But
yeah.
they've been really quiet. Like, Like, just lately. It's just weird. It's an odd quiet to me. Like, they don't talk on TV. There hasn't been any interviews. Like, they were all marketing before. They were just all talking shit. Their Twitter handles would be just out of control. Like,
Yeah.
it's just really fucking quiet for the Elite. Or mostly the Bucks. The Bucks are really quiet.
No, the Bucks are still doing the Twitter bio thing. When Cody said the thing about
the guy.
the indie thing
Oh, okay.
on Raw, they did the Bullet Club thing. So yeah, it's just it's an interesting time, this whole free agency thing.
Yeah. And let's see if Tony play without the Elite. I don't what is like. Tony needs to bring back some people. I don't know where Miro is. I don't know what Darby's doing. I think he's shooting a movie or something. But this show showed that they're missing a lot of people. Adam Cole's not on the show right now due to health. Bryan Danielson just said he's going home. Oh, the Elite are involved in whatever they're doing right now, but they're not involved in really anything important. I think I'm sick of Mox shit. Hangman with I'm over Hangman and the Dark Order. That's still going on. JSA is trash.
I still find it difficult to get behind anything the Elite do in AEW because they are management.
Yeah, but at least put them in something. Like, give them storylines or something. Like, I know before they were in storylines, they weren't that good, and some of the segments weren't that good, but at least they had some entertaining moments. Like, at least they were there. Like, I feel like they're not there, but even when they're there. Like when we get this 9-man tag match or whatever it's called, trios, whatever, triple threat trios match, I feel like the Elite are in there, but they're not there. Which we know what they're gonna do. It's gonna be fun, exciting, and they're gonna do all their moves and spots and everything, but they're not really there. It's just kind of like a given what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's an interest because Renee even asked Kenny about his contract situation, and he said he doesn't know.
Don't matter. Anyway.
But, like, as a competitor, you would think he would have had that thought to himself of, man, what would it be like if I did actually go over there? Because at some point, you have to go.
They all think about it. They all think about it.
At some point, you think you have to go over there.
Yeah. Everybody's thinking about it. It feels like, it's like, you think about like long term legacy, money, all of it going like, everybody who probably grew up, especially in their age bracket, watched the WWF and WCW going like, I want to be on WrestleMania. That's just everybody's back in their mind in that locker room, whether they want to admit it or not, because they all grew up at one point just going like, let me see this shit.
I feel like if Kenny spent 2 years there, if Kenny spent just 2 years there, it would make him a better all-round performer. Because the only thing I think Kenny is weak at is being convincing on the microphone. For me.
Yeah.
And I feel that goes the same for the Bucks when it comes to talking. All right. Yeah. I don't have to end the show now.
All right. I'll see you guys later. Tune in to Friday for Raw's Retro and yada, 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 yada. We are out of here.